This is Yolanda Song, and my Chinese name is Song Xiaoyun. You can call me Yolanda. This time is very particular chance that Ilona has asked the help from us because the other we have a lot of time to have the English conference online for Europeans, for African people, even for the Mongolian who live in America, live in Europe. But I have never had a chance like this to talk with distributors in America. So this time Ilona basically told me that I can share some information about the meridian massager. The meridian massager, but before we get started, I wanted to know how many people already have one machine or just have the basic information of the machine. Yes, you can. Could you please just turn on your uh,
Your microphone, or you can
yes,
write
your
it on
microphone.
chat. Do you have the machine or not? Thank you.
Meridian massager actually is the machine that we are talking about. The machine. I know lots of people they call it BAM, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Just to let me know where you are at, because I want to know how to start this. Because lots of people they already have the machine or they just have the basic information about it. Oh, you call it bioenergy massager. Okay.
I would say that the half of our participant today have is massage already. The other hand, half is very not very familiar with this device.
Okay, so I will introduce the machine from the very beginning. Actually, this meridian massager, please allow me to call this name, and I'm very familiar with this one. The meridian massager, actually, we put into market in 2018, right? 2018, and then it has been 7 years now, till now. And then the machine, why do we use the machine in other markets, in abroad market? That's because this machine is integrated with traditional Chinese medicine theories like acupuncture, like cupping, moxibustion, 推拿, and massaging. And we have one we call it the 小针刀. Actually, it's a needle. It's a needle, but with a knife on the tip. We use all the traditional medicine theories to deal with the people's symptoms, to deal with for balancing the body. Because in traditional Chinese medicine, I will call it TCM. Okay, in TCM, why people get sick? That's because the body is in a balance. When the balance are interrupted, people will get sick. And then we try to use all the methods to handle the harmony, to make people back into balance from the diet, from the behavior, from the mind. And then if you wanted to handle the problems from the very easiest part, and then we should use it from the behavioral aspect. That's why we introduce the new machine to abroad markets for foreigners to use. Because for us, okay, because for us, even for us in China, we have to go to the professional doctors for the acupuncture help. because for the normal people, they didn't even learn the skills to find where the acupoint is. So that's why we need a lot of professional skills to learn, but uh, when the company designed and put the machine to the market, so the problem will be solved. You don't even have to recite like 365 acupoints. You just use your hand, your bare hand with the silver gloves to touch on the acupoints, and then we use the micro energy. We used electricity, the microelectricity, to stimulate the switches on every road. The switches here we can call it acupoints in TCM, and then the road. Actually, the road also we can call it pathways. The pathways in the bodies connecting with the organs inside, and then to the exterior skins, to the fingers, to the fingertips, to the toes. And then when we use energies, when we use the electricity stimulate the acupoints, and then the acupoints actually, the qi in the acupoints will be regulated. Yes, the qi will be regulated. And the qi, in China we have one word, qi 推血型, which means the qi pushes the blood forward. And then the left side of the body, mainly the qi, the qi will mainly stay in the left side of the body, and then while the blood will stay on the right, and then the qi can push the blood to go and circulate the whole body, and then yes, and then I want to show you some a little what is that? Um, a little skill. And here we can compare. You can do with me. We can compare the length of two hands. If you find out that the two hands are in different lengths, especially the middle finger. And you can see here actually we have to compare from the same start from the the wrist. Okay, we can start from the wrist. Energies that drives this microcurrent. Would I have to check? What's the word? Hertz setting. Okay, and I will answer that later. Okay, we can compare, and then we can see actually the length of my right hand, especially the middle finger, is a little bit shorter. And then now I want you all of you to use the hand with longer middle fingers part to massage the shorter one, to massage the shorter one. When you try to massage, and then you will feel the heat will be generated. And then don't stop, and stop. Here, and then we compare again. What do we find out? Actually, the length is the same. Some people may find this very interesting, and some people want to know why. That's because actually we have the acupoint here. We have the acupoint. It's a switch of some meridian, of some pathways. And then once we stimulate the acupoint, the switch, and then the qi will be stimulated. And then the qi will go forward to the fingertip. And then the length will be changed. 哦，不用进，不用进。 Yes, and then just imagine we just stimulate one acupoint on one finger. Just imagine if we stimulate the whole acupoints, we stimulate the 365 acupoints on the body, and all the meridians will be stimulated and changed with qi and blood. And in TCM, qi and blood is qi and blood, they are not just the words. For blood, and I can see people are very familiar with this one, but for qi, blood is very familiar for us, but qi is different. But qi, I used to hear a story from my teacher in university. She went to the America College for exchanging program, and then she started to teach some American and some foreign students to learn to practice qi gong, qi exercise, and then qi exercise, and then my teacher told them to hold the ball of qi like this. And then the students started to question my teacher, where is the ball? Actually, the ball, you can imagine there is a ball, but actually we are holding the qi from the mind. From the mind, imagine you push the qi from your body into the hand, and then if you are sensitive enough, and then you can feel some qi, some feelings from the palm. This is qi. Qi, qi, we can talk about like energies in the body, and then the energies can push everything, push the blood, push the waste, push the toxins, push the feces in the large intestines, and then the qi can push the blood, push the energies to the heart. And then this is qi and blood we are talking about. And then I have another keywords like yin and yang. Yin and yang, we know it's a two aspect, just like the. I'll give an example. Okay. Oh, just like the cup. Just like the cup. For example, this is a circle, and then this is a circle, and then we make it in half. And then we have two halves. One half is yin, one half is yang. And then actually they are not still. They always in the motion. They always in the moving. And then the yin can be transferred to yang. The yang can be transferred to yin. Just like this. For example, this is from the outside. We can call it yang. This is inside. Inside. Actually, we cannot see. We cannot see from the outside, and then we call it yin, right? Because yang is more energetic, much more um, dynamic, powerful, stronger, and then the yin will be more mild and gentle. And then if I turn the outside page, the yin, see, this is yin, and then will be transferred to yang, and here the yang will be transferred to yin. Okay, does it make sense to you? And also, how do ancient Chinese people define in yin yang? Actually, that's because China has always been an agricultural civilization, an agricultural country. Our ancestors Our ancestors, when they plant something, plant some crops, and then uh, they have to bend. They have to bend, bend like this, bend like this, and then we have the sun on the top. And then when the sun when the sun directly on the body, and then we call it yang. The place we cannot feel the sun, we call it yin. That's because that's why we always have the yang on the back. We always have the yin on the front. Yes, and then this is how we divided the yin yang meridians as well. Yin yang is everywhere. This is how Chinese people, the TCM, define the medicines there. Uh, we have the yin yang, we have the two aspects everywhere. For us, we never think about. For even for Chinese people, we never think about one thing in a very extreme point. We always find in the middle. We have a word we call it Medicore, right? Medicore. We always wanted to find a solution from the middle. Good for you and good for me. Yes, this is also we do to the body. Um, uh, okay. Not only the skins can be divided into yin yang part, the organs, the meridians can be divided into yin yang, two parts. And now, for okay.
宋老师，现在不要看那个问题，讲完了以后再回复吧，
Uh,
可以吗？
oh, very interesting. This question is very interesting. Actually, I am in the headquarter of Fohow company. Actually, this is the vice president's office. He was in Moscow, so no one in here. I stayed in his office. Okay. Okay. Uh, where were I? What are we talking about just now? Uh, yin yang two parts. Um, the reason why I introduced the yin yang parts just for you to get familiar with the basic knowledge of traditional Chinese medicine and the principles of designing the machine is based on the yin yang, based on the acupuncture, the meridians, and basically from the 7 years we have been collected we have been collecting lots of testimonies. We have lots of examples from the market. Later I can show you, because from the online presentation it could be a little bit harder for people to know why the machine is useful, how can we use the machine for our body. Later I will let you know. Now I'm going to share the PowerPoint that I prepared. Here, can I see my friends?
Yeah, of course, you can press the meeting on the top of the Zoom.
Top of the Zoom.
Yeah, top of the window, meeting. Can you see now?
Yeah, I can share again. Okay. Okay. Actually, this page, you can see the world map, and then where you can see the white dot, it means we have the local branches or agencies in there. We have expanded the Fohow business starting from 2007. It has been 18 years. 18 years we expanded the business into more than 96 countries and regions now. Yes. Yesterday we have invited the Hong Kong and Taiwanese, the Hong Kong people and Taiwanese to Zhuhai. Also introduce some Merida Masada, and we have the other products to talk about. And then some people, even us, sometimes we ask ourselves why can we the TCM company to expand the business, the culture to the whole world. Because for us, the TCM medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, is very hard to go abroad because we are using a whole different culture. Between the Western culture and Eastern culture, we are so different. So how can we promote the culture so well until now? We have three reasons. The first reason is that the TCM is really good, is really useful and natural for people, especially those people they have been using the Western medicines, some chemistries, chemical stuff for years, and then those chemical stuff is is not good as it used to be. Even sometimes it can poisonous. And the second reason is that the TCM now, just like uh, the TCM, the medicines, they grow and they became into mainstream, just like people think. They wanted to have natural stuff, and also with the policies. Please, what?
I'm sorry for disturbing. I have to put this person out of the meeting. Otherwise, it will be very.
Okay. Because we have a lot of new people are coming in. That's why I have to introduce all the stuff from the beginning. If you wanted to listen the meridian massager stuff, you can jump out of this part and then listen to the next part. This is not polite. This is actually the first time I see people who draw on my screen. This is not polite.
Sorry, I already removed him from our presentation.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay. And also the third reason is that because for people now, we have very a wonderful life. We are not lack of money and some food and stuff, and now we have to focus on the health in the body. Want to pursue a high quality life. That's why people focus on the life, focus on the body so well. And and then we have a special term for this, focusing the body health. We call it health preservation. Actually, this is actually the TCM is the first one, the first medicine to mention the young sheng, mention the health preservation. TCM is the first one. And then for health preservation, actually in China, we have a lot of ways to do it, from the diet, from the exercise, from the mind. Because Chinese people has been, the civilization has been lasted for over 5,000 years. We have lots of ways to do it, just like the acupuncture, the acupuncture you heard from the popular media. It's just a tiny, tiny aspect of it. I can talk about it from the mind first. Actually, from a different emotions, they can affect different organs in TCM. For example, the fear. The fear, some people when they are so afraid, so scared, they can some dogs, some puppies will pee. The urine cannot be controlled, right? That's because the fear can affect the kidney. And also, for some people, they are in a they stuck in a sorrow cases. Some people will start to cough even for months. For several months, they cannot heal. That's because the soreness can hurt the lung. And also, for some people, if they live in the anger and they cannot control the furious emotions from the work, from the family, and then what will happen? The blood. The blood. Some people may have the high blood pressure. Some people may have the thyroid. Thyroid. Some people, especially for women, they may have lots of nodules, some like a fibroid in the uterus or ovary. That's all because the anger, the furious emotions can hurt the liver. And we have actually nowadays in the modern society lots of people, especially the elite peoples. Some people they have lots of like the modern diseases. Modern diseases. What's going on? If you wanted to say something, could you please leave the comment in the some people they have a fibroid, thyroid, breast stuff, breast stuff. Some people can, I mean, just cannot think of the connections between them. But in TCM, they all comes from the liver meridians. The meridians connect with the liver and then to the skins. And then the liver actually controls the blood in the body in TCM. That's why lots of people have the problems, like in a string. And from the this is what we talked about from the mind section. From the mind section, if you wanted to keep it in harmony, just control the bad emotions. Bad emotions is not good. Yes, and then from another part of health preservation, we can talk about it from the diet. In the English world, they have proverbs. They call it "You are what you eat," right? And then in China, we have the word we call it hundreds of diseases are coming from the mouth, are caused by the mouth. That's because all the stuff we have ate caused problems for the organs, for the blood, for the vessels, for the energies. Just you can imagine your body like a pond. The pond. They have some lots of fishes. They have some small animals inside. And then once the food has uh, polluted polluted the water, the fish will die, right? Just like the organs. Just imagine if you have ate the the chemical stuff for like 20 years, 20 years, 30 years, and then the water inside will be polluted. And what happened to the organs? What happened to the blood in the vessels? Yes, diseases are caused by the food, by the water. Then we have the third part of health preservation. We talk about it from the behavioral parts. Behavior, just like exercises. I do Pilates. I love Pilates. Actually, Pilates focusing on the breath. It teaches me to control my qi, control my energies to the belly, to somewhere that I want. Just like qigong, qigong qi exercise in China, but qigong it will be much more slower to regulate the qi. But for some people, they cannot grasp the main sense of it, and then that's why we try to figure out a good way for foreign people to regulate the qi. That's why we designed and invented the meridian massager, the BAM, the machine. And here is the picture of the machine. See here. Well, actually, we call it meridian massager in other places. And then the meridian massager here. I forgot to put the English version on it. The meridian massager, like a small machine, but it integrated like seven ways of traditional Chinese medicine therapies. Here, this one actually is uh what's the word? Ah, I forgot the name of it. Just like a needle, they have the knife on the tip. But it is very painful for people. Actually, the needle is very big, and then it will be much longer than the traditional needles. Very painful for people if you have a big bumps. The doctors in China they may use it to stimulate it. Then we have the acupuncture, like the needles to put into some specific points. Sometimes we have to circle the needle. Sometimes we have to press it down and to push down and take it out to handle the qi. And then also we involve the maxibustion. You know what is maxibustion? For example, this is a this is a tool. We have a tool like metal or bone or jade. We use this kind of tool to scrub scrub the specific area. We scrub it and then we can see some redness. Actually, the redness sometimes could be really dark. Some people may say it's bleeding from the vessels. Yes, it's bleeding, but the bleeding it's very tiny, but the blood also coming out to the surface with some toxins. The toxins here we are talking about is not something you can see from the laboratory. It's the toxins we call it in TCM. We call it six factors: the wind, uh, the coldness, the dampness, the heat, 暑燥火, the dryness, and then the fire, the six ones. You cannot see. This is the six factors in TCM. And then if you see the darker colors with the scrapping, with some fire, some heatness will come out with the blood. And after 3 to 5 days, the redness will disappear. And then the blood will be absorbed. Yes, and then we use these ways to deal with some dampness. Dampness can cause swollenness. Swollenness, for some people, they have uh, the big bumps on the back, especially for some people, they have blood problems. For example, this is my back, right? If you have big bumps here on the neck, on the back, and then we can see you have the blood and qi stagnation here. The blood and qi stagnations stacked by the toxins, by the wind, dampness, coldness, or some heat. Yes, and then also we involve the cupping into this machine. In TCM, when we use the cupping, when I was little, I always heard the news from the television. They have a swimmer from I forgot which country. The name is Phillips. I'm not sure is it correct. Um, he won the medal, gold medal in the from the Olympic Games, and then he did the cupping all over the back. Yes, we use the cup. We use the cup, and then we use some fire, or we use some tool to suck the airs, and then the cup will stuck on the surface, right? And then actually the cup can gather gather the cold tea here, gather the cold tea. And if some people they do have the toxins I talked about, some blisters will break out. Some blisters, yes, these are the toxins. And then for when you use the machine, also you can use the gloves to replace the traditional cupping to gather the cold tea there. And then if you're sensitive enough, if you wear the silver gloves, you can feel the cold air, and even some blisters. If you have very highly skilled techniques, and you can see. And also we have uh, um, Tuina massaging. They use the bare hands to massage the acupoints, the massages. You can feel really relaxed and feel comfortable after doing that. Um, uh, this all the traditional therapies are integrated into one machine. That's why we can promote it. We can promote the machine into 90 more than 90 countries and areas. Some people, some people actually for the first time they didn't believe it at all because we are in a very whole different culture. When I see it, when I talk about it, you won't believe it. But if we have the chance, I can get I if you have any bone problems, I can deal with it within 10 minutes. Yes. Really really quick, but if you want to do it yourself, and then I can share some words. For example, if you have bone problems, and they cannot raise and lift their hands, cannot bend over, cannot walk with the painful the knees, and you can put the silver gloves on the place you feel hurt, and then you put it there, and then you apply apply some energy cream on it. Energy cream is a hot one. They can generate heat, and then use this one, and then you can feel the cold air is coming out, and then gradually you try to massage from the upside to the downside. You massage it within 10 minutes, and then gradually you try to lift it with the with some little help, and then 10 minutes later you will feel it's totally different. You can raise your hand. We have lots of testimonies about it. And also, okay, now let's talk about the how the machine works. Actually, in different country they have a different current standards, but but we already set in a different standards for different areas. They use they have a two they have two procedures to transfer the local current to the current below 19 below 19 below 19. And some people I don't know the word they call it 单位儿怎么说19伏 fort
嗯哼，
19伏 fort 啊我不知道。
应该是。
应该是actually people the body actually the human body is conductive, right? We do have a lot of electricity inside, some micro tiny electricity, uh, because in the thunder days, the parents and teachers told us, do not go outside, do not stand under the tree, and otherwise the lightning will go after you, right? And then that's why we use the micro electricity to stimulate the bodies, the pathways, the switches on the meridians. We use that, and then we use electricity to regulate qi, and then the qi will be added, and then the qi will push the blood to go everywhere. Some people may think, I know some people from the America, they always think of the blood they can drive itself, right? Have you ever think about actually the blood can go everywhere? That's because the energies are pushing it. Have you ever thought about the some heart diseases? Some people may feel the pain. They feel some pinches from the heart sometimes, especially when you are angry. If you lost your temper and then you feel pinches inside, that's because your chi is disturbed by the bad emotions. And then the blood in the heart, they need the chi to push, but now you lost it. You lost the chi, so the blood will return. That's why you feel hurt, you feel painful, that's why you feel uncomfortable. If you go to the Western hospitals, the doctors will tell you, oh, that there is no better way to deal with it. You just go have some rest, do not stay up late, and then you can eat well and then exercise well. From TCM, we can tell you this is qi. This is qi works to the blood. And we have another word to describe the function, unblock channels. Unblock channels. Why? That's because qi can push everything out, to push the toxins out. The toxins, we always tell people toxins is not that easy. Not only the tangible toxins. The tangible toxins, the faces, the chemical stuff, and then some fat and some stuff in the vessels. Not only that. We have the intangible factors. Wind, coldness, dampness. What is dampness? The wind and the coldness could be much more easier for people to understand. But what is dampness? Dampness. Have you lived in the thousand places? The climate is really humid. The humid environment is full of dampness. The dampness can go inside to the body. Actually, when you feel your body is getting heavier, and then you cannot lift your legs, and then you cannot control your bones to move. That's the dampness control. That's the dampness give you the burden. Yes, when we try to use the qi to push the dampness, and then you will feel the body is getting lighter. You can even walk faster. Later, I can show you some people with uh, the bumps on the back, even from one time massaging on the back, and they can disappear if you have skills. But for some people, if you do not have very highly skills, even from three times the big bumps, big bumps with dampness will disappear as well. And then let's get to see the second functions. Second function, clear and drain toxins. We have already talked about it, the toxins. The toxins here, not only the tangible, but also the intangible. When I was in Ghana, 2023, I was in Ghana, 2003, maybe 2003, I forgot, three or four. I wasn't in Ghana, I was in a small town, Medina, Medina. Actually, that town is famous for making coffins. Making coffins. When I get there, the coffin store is on the first floor, and then they have a church on the second floor. And then we went to the church to share. We went to train people to how to use the machine basically. And then there was a woman. She wanted to be my model. I did a 20 minutes demonstration on her body. And then actually, the color actually changed. The color actually is changed. Some people may ask, even the black people, they have the toxin. Sometimes you cannot distinguish what is the color or what is the toxins on the body. But actually the black woman, on the back, they have lots of toxins. Why? That's because the African people, I notice, they when they have the baby, they use some the belt, the belt to carry the baby on the back for several years. When you try to use the belt and then really tight for several years, actually the scars, the mark will be left on the belly. And then gradually the circulation in the body cannot go well, and then the toxins will be remained. That's why I change the mark. Okay. And then number three, losing weight, tighten the skin. Losing weight, could be um, much easier for people to use, because if you wanted to lose weight, and then you have to know why do you want to lose weight. That's because the weight, it's not just the weight, it's the waist. We call it waist. I can give you one question. Where do you think is the part can have the most fat on the body? The belly, right? The belly. The belly. That's because what you eat can accumulate it, can be accumulated around the belly. And sometimes some people can sit for a long time in a day, and then the toxins cannot be cannot be smoothly removed from the large intestines, from the blood, from the vessels. And then the toxins will be remained around the belly. You can use a meridian massager to put on the belly and massage for even for 10 minutes a day. I can guarantee within 7 days the the belly will lose at least 3 Some people can lose like 10 centimeters. Last time I was in Mongolia for the high level training of the machine. So, a woman that I did the demonstration on her body, and then she lost 16 centimeters. The woman has a really big belly, not because the fat. When you touch the belly and you find it really fluffy. It's not only the fat, it's not the muscles. Actually, it's the qi. It's the qi in the belly, and then the woman cannot stop burping and farting. And then the 20 minutes is the hardest moment that I have ever had. The 20 minutes, and then um 20 minutes, use the cream, use the silver gloves, and then we have the facts. If you wanted to find out yourself, you can do it. You can keep doing it for 7 days. You will save it. You will see the belly can be totally different. Even the skin can be tightened because we have some special herbs components in the cream. Okay, and then number four, sleep quality improving. This is a very interesting topic because I know some people they suffer insomnia, and then they always find the medicines from pharmacies, from the hospitals. They ask the help from doctors to give them some sleeping pills, right? But actually insomnia, we TCM doctors figure out the insomnia in several causes. For some people, they have insomnia caused by the spleen and stomach. For some people, caused by the kidney and heart. For some people, they caused by the liver. They all have different reasons. We cannot give them the same solution. We give them the individual solutions, not only the common one. For spleen and stomach, for some people, if they have too much baked, grilled food like a beef and some baked biscuits and stuff, if they have it for years and then they live in a very hot place, and then the body will have lots of heat and fire inside. Yes, lots of fire inside. And then for some people, they cannot sleep well, and then they can have I think maybe they may sweat in the middle of sleep. They cannot sleep well. Even for some babies, if the mother is breastfeeding the baby and the baby have the the characteristics of the heat from the milk, and then the baby still cannot sleep well. And then we have the second reason, hardened kidney. Hardening kidney, um, for Western culture, it's unbelievable to connect them. But for in TCM, it's very interesting. We have five elements in the Chinese philosophy. Five elements. We have the wood, fire, water, 木火水金, the metal, and then the dirt, the dirt. 木火水金土 five elements. The kidney is water. The heart is fire. What happened to the fire and water? They cannot tolerate each other, right? But somehow they're in a balance. Once we have the fire too much, and then no water left, and then the kidneys cannot give much water to the bladder. and then no urine, and then it will feel thirsty. It will feel thirsty in the night, in the midnight. If we have too much water, and then the fire will be restrained. Some people especially they have a heart diseases. They may pass away in the sleep because they have into in a balance. And then we have another insomnia caused from liver. Some people when they suffer some severe stress, they cannot sleep well. Some people they do have nightmares for days, for months. That's all because of from different organs. For using the meridians massagers, you can use that to massage every meridians, every acupoint by stimulating the pathways, the switches, and then the organs will be stimulated too. Yes, that's how we deal with the sleeping problems. And then we have another function. We can use this one, the machine, to deal with, to reconcile the body's chronic problems, chronic diseases. We never see we can treat some diseases because in TCM we don't have the habit. Even for us, we call it adjusting the yin yang, adjusting the body, reconcile the body. That's why we still use the machine to reconcile some chronic diseases. For some stroke people, I give you an example. In Malaysia, 2 years ago, there was a woman. You know, the woman actually, she was no, she is a truly Buddha believer. She believes in Buddha. And then she did some ceremonies for dead people. You know, in the quarantine time, lots of people they died and no one will help them to pray and send the soul to somewhere. And then only this lady she did for the dead people, maybe for thousand, 1,000 dead people. But that year, her husband suddenly suffer from the stroke, cannot walk, cannot control the mouth, and then the drool was leaked to the face. And then at that time, you know, no hospital would love to accept the patients like this because they have to use some medicines to control, and then the medicines is really slow, the machines are slow. So actually the woman she didn't believe it because it's really slow to control the stroke. You know how the stroke happened? That's because some people they have the paralysis from a one side. That's because you know the wetness and coldness and the stuff they can gather from one side. For some people, if you open the window in the car and then you let the freezing air to blow to the face, you know, after 30 minutes, what will happen? You will have paralysis on the one side of the face. This is how stroke happened uh, in a in a easy word. Yes, and then the woman she used the machine to deal with all the meridians, all the acupoints for 2 hours per day. And then her husband, this year I went to Malaysia again, and then she told me her husband can walk, even can dance now. And then you know the woman actually is a advanced distributor now, and she still does um the the Buddhist. the Buddhist stuff, the ceremony for dead people. She still does this kind of stuff, but at the same time, she also use the machine to help people. Those kind of people, they focus on the mind, the soul stuff. They focus on the natural stuff to heal. And also for some people, diabetic people, they can also use it because I told you guys, we can use the meridian massager to handle the swollenness. You know, when the diabetic people, they I know in especially in America, in American hospitals, they would love to give them the patients some chemical pills. You know, chemical pills, they can when they eat the chemicals, the medicines, it's really good. It can control the symptoms immediately. But you know, the 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 Western medicine is too strong, too much focus on the results. That's why they have lots of side effects. Side effects is that they also have the chemical toxins remained after the chemical reaction. You know, the components of the pills can combine with the blood, with the fluid inside the body, and then they can generate the some other stuff, right? And then the other stuff actually is not the thing that we already have in nature by natural. It's not natural. And then the chemical stuff will be left in the body because of the gravity. And then the chemicals will accumulate it to the legs, to the toes. And then that's why the diabetic people who had the chemical medicines for years, they have a swollen. This is the better one, swollen legs. For some people, they have to cut, to chop the toes and to chop the legs because they cannot heal. Those are the chemical stuff remained. But for those people, you can just give them the massaging by the silver gloves. You just give them even for one time from the purple blue bruises, and then you can see the color could be lighter, and then the wound on the legs can be healed. When those kind of people, they have this kind of serious problems, you know, the wound cannot be healed because they have lots of sugar inside the skin and the muscles, the vessels. Later we can see the testimonies from this. And also, um, number six, we can relieve joint and the back pain. This is the um, actually this one is not worth to mention. It's really easy for us to deal with the twist pain and then twist pain and uncomfortable and tightness in the muscles. It's really easy to deal with. Uh, if you don't have the time or it's not convenient to use the machine, you can carry a one cream. We call it energy cream. The energy cream is really good. For this one, they can to remove the dampness because it's really hot, remove the coldness, and then also they use the heat. They use the heat, remove the toxins, and then the blood and the qi will go. They will have a good circulation. You know, the body can heal itself. Also, the most important one is the here is the page of the cream. You can see here we all have the natural herbs. Natural herbs. And then I only wanted to talk about this one. We call it ancient recipes of the Miao. You know, Miao actually it's a nationality. It's a ethnic. One of the ethnic groups in China, in the south place, in 1,000 places. You know, in 1,000 places in China, it's really humid, and then the full of forest, lots of poisonous bugs and snakes, and some people are very easy to suffer from the bone problems, the pain to the bones, and then those people they find lots of medicines from the forest at the same time. Because you know, in the nature, we always have two sides from the yang, from yin. We have the yang to restrain yin. We have the yin from the restrain yang. For example, if you got bitten from the snake, around maybe like 100 meters away, they have to have the solution. This is the magic of the nature. This is the magic of the world. They always have two sides to restrain each other. They have to keep it in a balance, in a harmony. And then for the Miao group, they find some herbs like Chuan Xiong, Jiang Huang. Those are all the stuff who can drive drive the car, drive the transportation, using the heat to give us the empty road, to give us the empty and smooth pathways. Yes, we can use this one. And also for the meridian massager, for the new people, I know for some people they do massage for clients, and there are some people they wanted to introduce the machine to the shops, to the hospitals, to the high-end places, because this one is small, it's very easy to handle and carry and on the plane, and you can create your income. You can create your income for massaging. Also, you can add your income from recommend the machine to the shops. Mhm. If you are worried about if you're worried about the complex learning of the meridians, okay, don't worry. Because for us, I come from Fohow Business School. Our job is to train and help people, especially foreign people, to know and learn and to apply and to use the machine on the body. And some people, they may worry about the legal certificates. Yes, and here are all the certificates that we had. Until now, we have passed FDA in America. We have passed the CE in Europe. Yes, we also have passed the um, the allowance, the permit in halal, in kosher, in Africa. Everywhere we go, we absolutely have the certificates. No worry about this. And now I want to show you some pictures about the testimonies that I collect. Okay, this is the facial paralysis here. Yes. Can see for some people they cannot control one side of the face. Mhm. For how can we do it? We use the silver gloves to touch the hand, the side of the body. This one also, facial paralysis, some kind of stroke. You know that in English, those words they are not connected from the word, but in the TCM characters, we call it 中风. It's like having the wind, having the wind. And here, black people in Africa, the this woman can after stroke cannot lift the arm. And then after the ceremony, but no, after the after the silver glove for 20 minutes can raise the arm. And here this one, a little girl in Nigeria when she was born, and then you know the maid wife just and hurt her arms, and then she didn't raise the arm for 6 years. Yes, until you know this teacher. She is the sister, the younger sister of 季老师，茉莉老师。Mm-hmm. And then here this one, these people, these people suffer from frozen shoulder, cannot lift the arm from the back. Mhm. Okay. Also, this one, arthritis. You know, you can see the joints on the hand. That's because this woman, she did the job, washing stuff. She lived in Malaysia, and then you know in Malaysia it's really hot. That's why they use the cold water to wash, for years, for several decades, and then gradually the hand, you know, the dampness, coldness gathered around the joints. Mhm. After three times, that you can see the swollenness has been disappeared mostly. Then we can see this one also cannot lift the arm. We can deal with it 15 minutes. If you are um if you possess high skilled, you can do it 2 minutes. You know, there we have a teacher in Fohow Business School. Her name is Long Yunhong. She's in the 50s. She can deal with African people's the hand problems within 2 minutes. But for our friends and the distributors, you can deal with just to give you 15 minutes. 15 minutes. That's even very short time to deal with because lots of people they have it for days, for months, for years. You just use 15 minutes to deal with the problems within years. Cameron, uh, still the African baby cannot lift the arms and the leg because the hot water accidentally poured on the body. See, the hot temperature destroyed his the neurons. Actually, the neurons in TCM we can call it meridians and collaterals. This one also cannot lift the arms. This one the same. This one the same. This one is cannot hold the hand to fist. Yes, cannot control the bones well. And then after adjusting, she can did it. This one. This one. I don't know the English special term, but it's like the bump of the bone here. And then you can use the silver glove to gently press. After you can see before we use the machine and then after twice. after twice. This is the ceremony that I collected uh, from a city in Guangdong province, very close to the headquarters. This one also, yeah, uh, collected from Malaysia. Cannot.
小下本来是谈公事的，你入来了，入地铁，入去，
Yes, cannot.
第一个不要紧，我真正疼了，了我来正做两刀了。
Before she cannot lift the middle finger, control the middle finger.
安装穴位都没落来，是吧？对抗真正硬。
Now it's very natural. See? Okay, this one. Yes, arm lifting. Arm lifting. 2018 in Nigeria. Nigeria, one of the agencies, because of the frozen shoulder, cannot raise the arm. After 20 minutes, the arms can be lifted. This one also the same. This is in some what's the country? Yamenia. Yamenia.
Armenia.
Armenia. Also, hey, this is not clear. This one shoulder has been hurt because of playing golf. After one time, it's getting different. This one, see. This one you can see we have the extra skin, extra fat on the head. Actually, the extra skin is really it's really dangerous for people. It's really dangerous. You know, this man, he had 30 years 30 years suffering this. You know, actually, when people they have the blood and the toxins, stagnation, especially on the back and the head, it could be really dangerous for people to receiving the blood from the heart. You cannot receive enough blood here. So it's really really dangerous for people. Maybe they can have the bleeding, the bleeding. They may die because of the bleeding, because of the what was the word? 堵塞, blockage, blockage. We have the high level distributor. His name is Kaiva. Today we have African friends, right?
Yes, and I believe that Mr. Kaiva's friends are here as well.
Really good. You know, that year, I forgot, maybe 2 years ago, Kaiva was in Malaysia. Actually, Kaiva has the same problem, especially on the neck. And then, you know, Kaiva went to Malaysia. He had a downline. Her name is Samia. Samia in Malaysia. She's really good at massaging. And then she questioned Kaiva, Mr. Kaiva, why do you have this blockage on the head? You are doing Fohow health business. And then Samia used several days, used a meridian massager to deal with the blockage on Kaiva's head. And then when Kaiva got back to Africa, and then he told everyone in Africa that he didn't imagine that people can use the silver gloves can deal with problems on the head, on the skin. Even Kaiva, but actually he focuses on the business direction. Okay. If you met some people with this kind of blockage, you have to persuade them to deal with the blockage immediately because it's really dangerous for people to receiving the blood from the heart.
是我的背部，我的背部哦，以前是很痛，人家跟我讲那个是做富贵宝，
This is the big bump on the neck.
我记得那个好像是鱼子很厚，但是然后装了4次过后，我觉得背已经
After 4 times, and then the back is getting thinner.
就是已经没有了。
Yeah, this one. See the big bump. See the big bump. Some people wanted to know why they have the big bump on the neck. That's because we have the acupoint here. We call it 大椎. You know, 大椎. It's actually they have a hole. They have a hole here. They have a hole here in this acupoint. When you have the AC, the air conditioner, you know, the cold air can go into the body from the big hole. The hole I mean it's not on the skin, it's in the skin. It's in the inside of it. The hole is you cannot see actually, and then the cold air, and then go into the body from here, and then you know the bone can heal, but can feel it's really cold. Oh, the weather is really cold. I should grow some fat to keep it warm. That's why we have a lot of fat, especially on the neck. Um, oh, this is after 8 times. After 8 times, this is the 8 times disappeared. And then can this is this one? This one. Also the blockage. Blockage on the back, blockage on the head. For some people, you can count how many layers on the head, especially when we see above 2 layers. These people may suffer from 心脑血 cardiovascular diseases. Yes, and then you can see the people from the ear. If we notice the horizontal line, you have to tell them to go to the hospital to do some check about the heart. This one, also the bump. Yeah, this one, the big bump. Uh, big bump, big bump. Actually, the from the big bump, we can deal with it from the basic back massage. Actually, we are going to have the basic back massage on Saturday and Sunday, this weekend.
Yeah, next weekend, because it's Sunday in America, still Sunday.
Okay. To Sunday.
Next Sunday. Yeah, we are having this presentation next Sunday. It's Sunday today in America. So Saturday and Sunday, 8
Okay.
and
What is-
19.
Oh, because it's Monday in China. Okay. See, for lots of women, they always worry about, the shape is not good, is not good looking, the skin is not tight, and then you can try the meridian massager because some dampness are there. They the dampness are there. They block the good chi circulation. She's after one time. After one time, see we can see some curves here. Curves. The back is getting thinner. Sometimes even for one time we can see people's back is getting thinner. Actually, this is not for losing weight. This is just for looking so. It's not the weight losing. It's not the weight that has been changed from once. It's just the shape has been reshaped. If you continue using the machine for several times, and then the weight can be changed. This one. Also, the different height of shoulders and a different length of the legs also can be adjusted by adjusting the tightness of the skins and the muscles. It's really easy for people, even for people who do not know the machine very well. You just imitate the steps and then grasp the uh the main the what the main 大意怎么说了？哎呀，就 just have the basic massage skills. So this one, this one, the woman also see this one is this lady also a very high-end distributor in Malaysia, and then this woman suffer from a stroke for over 10 years. See, she also suffered from paralysis. Paralysis? Cannot walk. And then after, I don't know how many times this massage, see, she can walk. But for this kind of testimony, some people just see, they didn't see from the eyes, you just see from the screen. Maybe you do not believe, but during time, you can do it yourself. Okay, this one also different height of shoulders. For one time, the same. Because for people, if they have different height of shoulders, not only from the height is different, but also the shoulders and the neck may suffer the severe pain. Okay, from one time, and then we can see the bump. Lots of people see here. Actually, we can see the bump here. Actually, belong to the liver reflexa area. Yes. Have do you have no. Do you still remember? Still remember that I told you if you have anger and bad emotions, they can see from they can affect the liver. Actually, this is liver reflection area. Here, the bad emotions can be accumulated here, and then they can have the big bump. It's not flat. If you notice from the young kid, from the teenagers and the young people, you can see they have very obvious. We call it drain. We call it drain. We have the spine here, right? And then spine, we have like a we have a drainage, and then the qi and the energies can flow from the kidney to the head. And now we have the blockage on the back, and then the qi cannot go smoothly from the kidney to the brain. That's why a lot of people, especially people, the kids, they suffer from the low immunity. They suffer from autism. Um, they suffer from lots of chronic diseases. You can observe their back. Okay, this is a swollenness. Sometimes sometimes you have a swollen body and you don't know what to do. Use the meridian massager. Okay, this one also. This is one time massage. This is after 10 times massage. Okay. Also, one time. One time. One time. Because we have a verb in TCM. If you have a thinner back, you will live 10 more years. If you want to look younger, you better make your back thinner, more healthier. This one. Ah, Can see this one. I believe this is the testimony from the lecturer, the trainer of Fohow Business School, because she just use one time to flat the back. This is remarkable. This one time. This is the same person. Some people may question, is it the same one? You can see from the head, see from the hair, from the quilt. Here. Before, after, before, after, before, after, before, after. We still have a lots of testimonies, so I don't think we have that much time to discuss it one by one. But if you are interested in how to use the machine, from the beginning, and then you can come to our basic primary training next Sunday. And I can see lots of people, they have questions. Uh, and
There
then
are
I will.
not too many questions. If you have any question right now, please you can raise your hand and we will answer your questions. If not, you're very welcome to come to our training, basic training, next weekend, which will be held on Saturday and Sunday, October 18 and 19. You're very welcome. If you would like to participate, you can contact me. Right now, I will send my information, my phone number. You can text me, call me, WhatsApp me, and I'll give you more information about this training. Thank you very much. Miss Song, it was wonderful presentation. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you very much for your support. And thank you very much for your knowledge, which you shared with us today. It was very important for us, and it's very difficult to find a lecturer in China who can be doing the presentations, lectures without any translations in English. It's very important and very useful for our American branch. So I hope it was the first but not the last meeting for all of us.
Of course, no problem. I would love to support my help to the American people, American branch, and people who live in America from other countries.
Yes, yes, exactly. Thank you very much. And see you next time. See you next weekend. Have a
See
good
you.
week.